All right, leaders, this is Rodolfo Vargas, and today we're going to be talking about this great formula that everybody talks about, but a few people understand and a few people use it so they can go and recruit a lot of people. The formula is 10-3-1. How many of you guys have heard that thing? You know, you invite 10, 3 show up, 1 gets started. Well, let me tell you, last year in our base shop, we recruited over 1,500 people using this formula, using this philosophy. And I believe that if you use it, you're going to have the same results. Just let me explain you a couple of things for you to understand. This is, for many years, for a long time, I used to see this, and I never actually study it. I never actually pay attention on how to use it depending on the type of team that I have. The moment I started studying this stuff, the recruiting numbers started to go up. So let me tell you how it works. Obviously, you know the numbers, right? You invite 10 people, 3 are going to show to the BOM, 1 is going to get started. Now, first of all, what you need to do is to define, make a decision, to have a goal as a team, to see how many recruits you're going to get. So over here I have the number of recruits. So these are recruits. These are the number of recruits that you get. You can decide to get 100 recruits a month, 75 recruits a month, 50 recruits a month, 25 recruits a month, or 10 recruits a month. Make sense? So depending how you do that, you're gonna make a decision to see how many people are gonna show during your BOMs and how many invitations you're gonna do. So let's start with 1. Let's start with let's just say 25. You want to recruit in any given month. You want to do 25 recruits. What does it mean? That means that in the total amount of guests that need to come to your BOMs the entire month needs to equal 75. Make sense? And the total invitations you need to have the entire month is 250. But as you can see, sometimes because it's a monthly goal, sometimes people forget about to do the weekly or per BOM. So I decided that I was going to divide those numbers per BOM. And how many BOMs do we have in a month? Usually we have 8 BOMs. So what does it mean? I want to get 25 recruits in a total month. That means that 75 people are going to show up to the BOMs. How many guests do I need to average per BOM? Somewhere between 9 to 10. If you want to do 25 recruits, you need to average 9 to 10 guests per BOM. If you don't bring 9 to 10 guests to the BOM, the 25 recruits is not going to happen. How many people do you need to invite per BOM? In the range of 30 to 32 to 33. Make sense? Because 31.25. That divided the total invitations, 250, divided by 8. That equals 31.25. Now, the next question comes. So I get it, Rodolfo. So that means that I personally need to invite every BOM, 31 people? No, that's not what it means. So here's what I decided. This is what we decided as a team. I look at my team and I find out how many, I started asking, how many people want to contribute? How many leaders do I have in my team? So that's the next question that you need to ask, because the 25 recruits is in the base shop, is within the team, it's not only personal. So here's the number. So then I ask this question, and I'm going to assume that you have at least 5 people in your team. So if you have 5 people in your team, you need to divide the number 31.25 divided by 5. That equals 6.25. Here is what it means. Only you need to ask your 5 people in your team to invite somewhere between 6 to 7 people per BOM. If they do that, you're going to hit 25 recruits per month. If you track it, if you have 5 people in your team, that we call it leaders, or we call it captains. Those are the famous captains. That's why this is called the captain system, because the captains have a goal of how many guests they need to send. Make sense? So let's go with the other number. For many months consecutive, we've been hitting 100 recruits every single month. 100 recruits. Month of January, we did over 100. There is no, it's very rarely when we started implementing this, so we don't do 100 recruits a month. Okay? So here's the way that we did it. I chose the number 100, and I say I will never recruit less than 100 people in the base shop. So how many invitations do I need to have in the entire month per BOM? 300. That means that per BOM, I need to have guests somewhere between 35 to 40 guests per BOM. Make sense? Somewhere between 35 to 40 guests, I need to have per BOM. That means that I need to do 1,000 invitations the entire month. Now, let's just say per BOM, I need to have a total captains list with everybody of 125. 1,000 invitations divided by 8 is 125 invitations per BOM. If I have 5 leaders, that means that within 5 leaders, they need to invite only 25 people per BOM. That's it. So I find out that I had around 5 directors or 5 FAs or whatever you have in your team. And with those, each person had the capacity to have a total of 25 guests per BOM. Then you rally, then you put a contest together, and guess what happened? Every month, 100 recruits, 100 recruits, 100 recruits, 100 recruits. What it helped me was that I divided per BOM. So with that, I have a clear target. And the guys that are the captains or the leaders in the team have a clear target what they want to hit every BOM. That's the famous captain system. There is nothing crazy. There is nothing out of the world. It's just you tracking it. Not only monthly. Oh, Rodolfo, yes, I know 1031. Yes, if I want 100 people, 300 people need to be on. No, it requires that you understand that per BOM how many guests you're going to have and how many leaders you have in your team and what is the expectation that you have from them. So, for example, now let me give you an idea where we are right now with our base shop. Based on the numbers, based on the leaders that we have decided to have a minimum of 15 guests per BOM. That's the number where we came. 15 guests if you're a field associate and director. And if you're a person, you need to have 5 personal guests per BOM. If you do that, you're considered a captain based on the amount of leaders that I have in the team. If you have 1 or 2 leaders, the numbers are going to be different. So I hope that you go and study these numbers. And I hope that you just don't study this video. You go and grab a pad and you start making numbers, deciding how many recruits you're going to do. How many recruits you're going to do every single month, and how many guests you're going to have per BOM. Because that's the secret, or that's a big deal of the captain system. I promise if you do that, you're going to have great results. With that being said, I hope they use it. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.